But I grew up in one of the toughest projects in Miami in a place called Liberty City. My mom was a teenage mother when she gave birth to me, 16 years old. And also the reason why my mom was a single mom, my dad walked out on us when I was only 2 years old. He abandoned us. My mom, she wasn't just a single mom, she was also an abusive alcoholic. She used to drink 2 six-packs a night. So I was depressed and upset, wondering why I was even born. And nobody knew about it. Nobody. My mom, when she was sober every once in a while, she realized that I needed some male influence in my life. So she recruited a family member. This man met the criteria, so she recruits him, and this man, to give him credit, did a better job raising me than my mom did. He fed me, he clothed me, he paid attention to me. He's the first man to tell me that he loved me. But that same man betrayed my trust and sexually abused me as a child for 3 years of my life. So I was suicidal from 12 to graduating from high school. In addition to that, by the time I reached my junior year in high school, I had buried 6 of my friends, 6 of them. So you would think a kid with that kind of background will be acting a fool. No! I was a kid who was a yes ma'am, no sir. Nice, sweet, but that's also why they missed me. This was my reality. This was my childhood. Those kids who saw me in high school, they didn't see me. They saw a mask of me. They tried to cover the pain, to cover the shame. The same mask that the kids are wearing in your classroom. But guess what? I'm here. And I just left Kansas City, and I told over 2,000 students this statement: it doesn't matter where you start. What counts is where you decide to finish. I was the first person in my family ever to graduate from high school. Didn't think college was in my future, but I decided to apply to college anyway. I get turned down by 30 colleges, at least 30 of them, and one college accepted me, and it was a community college, and I was shocked. What about my SAT scores? I said, man, we don't care about your SAT scores. I said, are you serious? They gave me a chance. It doesn't matter where you start, what counts is where you decide to finish. My first semester in college, I signed up for 17 credits because I'm stupid. No one in my family ever gone to college, so nobody said, Joe, that is too many. So I thought you just get as many as you can cram in so you can graduate fast, right? That's what I did. 17 credits. I graduated early at the age of 20. Top of my university class. 4.0. I was voted student of the year. Bought my first house during my senior year in college. A year after I graduated, moved my mom out of the projects. Made history in the state of Florida by becoming the youngest professor ever hired to teach in the state of Florida at the age of 24. Had my doctorate degree when I was 28. Worked for the Florida Governor's Office as communications director at the age of 26. Had written 4 books before I was the age of 30. And I travel all over the country training teachers on how to connect better with their kids. I didn't tell y'all the worst part of my story yet. You said, Joe, this worse? Yeah. Y'all ready for this? Not one teacher, not one administrator, not one paraprofessional, not one staff person in education, y'all ready for it? Hold your stomach. Told me, said, Joe, I know you don't look that great, but there's greatness in you. See, I know this is where you're starting, Joe, but this is not where you're going to finish. Joe, I know it doesn't look too good for you, but guess what? Other people may predict your success, but you get to determine it. Don't let this be your reality. Refuse to accept this. Not one teacher told me that. How do you miss me? How? Guys, listen to me. You're not teaching students. You're not teaching a subject. You're writing stories. You're writing stories. I'm sharing you my story right now. A lot of teachers weren't written in it, were they? You have the opportunity to, guess what, either have a sentence in a kid's story that gets overlooked, Maybe you have a page in it. Maybe a few paragraphs. Or you can write such a story that, guess what, it's a whole book just designated for you that that kid never forgets. What story are you going to write in your students' lives? That's the power you have. Whether you want it or not, that's what you have. Show up with purpose, show up with passion, and do it with power.